Yo, let's chat for a bit. How's everybody doing this evening? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a wonderful evening. Hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. I'm very happy to be here this evening. I was going to do this video a while ago. Actually, I'm going to say a while ago like that, but Thursday I wanted to do it, but shoot, the way my body and the way my schedule was and how everything was going on that Thursday, I couldn't do it. I was so tired. I was so banged up. I said, nah, I couldn't be on live looking terrible. So I told myself, like, well, I'm going to be doing my best to try to knock this out on a Sunday. Hey, Tangie, how's everything going? Hope everything's all well with you for the day. Yeah, that's why I wanted to do this. I wanted to do something different today, but since I didn't do my usual Thursday one, I end up just shifting that one to today. So before I get started, I want to send a shout out to everyone that's, that always checks out my lives, always check out my videos, that show support to me 24/7. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. I really do. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I'm praying that everything is all good. So keep your head up, y'all. God is with you. And because I always say all the time, like, just got to keep God first. That's how you got to look at it. So, with that being said, this topic right here, I thought about this and I said I was going to do this topic either way it goes. I'm glad you're doing good, Tangie. I'm sorry. I just caught that message. I wanted to make this video about what is live about, if I could restart my life going back to when I was 18 years old. Yeah. If I could go back to when I was 18, it'd be a lot of things I would change. A whole lot of things I would change to go back. If I was going back to being 18 again, I would look at life so different compared to how things are now. I know the economy is a little different right now. I mean, that comes with the territory. But my own personal life, I would say, yeah, I would have done things a whole lot different. Because I know back, I think it was a couple weeks ago, I did one about going, my decision back in 2001, my senior year of high school. I was going to try to go to South Carolina State, or even I applied to Claflin University. And I applied to those and that I didn't get in, but I got into Eastern Michigan. So it's like, I'm looking back at that. It's like, just to piggyback off that a little bit, if I would have went down south for college, yeah, life would have been a whole lot different compared to how it is now. I probably would have stayed down there. Maybe. Maybe. But I'll probably say yes. And the reason I say maybe because my brother graduated South Carolina State 2001. And he's back up here. I mean, I'm not trying to say everybody should stay, when they go to college, they should stay where they're at. I'm not saying that at all. I just think that he might have had a different perspective. I'm not too sure. I can't read my brother's mind. But whatever decision he made, we supported it. So, he came back up here. Rest is history. So I probably would have been going crazy if I would have, made a decision to stay down south if I would have went to South Carolina State. But at that time, I'm only 17 trying to make a decision about my, future or where I want to go to college. So I ended up going to Eastern. Would there be anything I'd change at Eastern? Quite a bit. Like I said, I go up there at 18. I ride up to Ypsilanti. I end up working on campus. Would I have worked on campus? Absolutely. I know my parents forced me in that situation, but I would have got a job on campus. I think, me working at Taco Bell, that might have been a little different. I probably would have picked like the bookstore or something like that. But yeah, it would have been a different vibe if I would have changed some things up. And Eastern taught me so much, and it's like, I did. It's a lot of things I did up there that was cool. A lot of things I did that were pretty stupid. I'm not going to sit here and lie. So if I really did have to go back in time to change some things, it would be some things I should have made decisions from start. Like, for example, I got my bachelor's degree in communication technology. That's pretty much a little bit of everything from graphic design, which I was really, really heavy in at that time. Graphic design, photography, web design. I think I did animation, a little bit of animation. It was just pretty much a combination of everything, and I was very happy to get into that. But again, going back to, like I said, if I could go back in time to change some things, I would have jumped in that from start. I made the dumbest decision to go into journalism, and I'm not knocking journalism at all. It's just that I thought, oh, I'm a pretty good writer. I could deal with it. No, that was the worst decision I made right there. So if I had to go back in time for that part, I would have picked communication technology from jump, or even close to close to the world of graphic design at that point, because I was already into it from my high school years, from Crockett Tech. So I knew from that point I should have went to that, but no, I thought I was like, oh, I'm a good writer. I can knock this out. No, that was the worst decision I made. So in that situation, if I went back in time, I would change that. I would have went straight to communication technology. Probably would have got out earlier than I expected. But I made a stupid decision back then to go into something that I shouldn't have got into at all. So just going back, I mean, like I said, I'm grateful to have my degree in communication technology. I just wish I would have done it sooner than later. So, and I remember that around that time when I was really going downhill in that, my brother actually gave me some good advice, and that's when I ended up changing my major from journalism to communication technology. So my brother was a big help in that situation. I'm very thankful for his help in that area. What else could I really change back then? Like, it was so much I had done that was just like, why? Health wise, yes, I had to work on that big time, because it's like my health, I was not thinking about it at all back then. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I'm more focused on it now as I got older, yes. But back then, I didn't think much of it. Wasn't working out, wasn't doing this, wasn't doing that. If I had the opportunity, I would go back and do that. The gym was right around the corner. I wouldn't say the gym like that, but the rec center. The rec center was right around the corner. I mean, I did go in there a couple times. Do not get me wrong. I was invited a couple times with some friends to, hit the track or, just do a little workout here or there. But if I really had to go back in time for that, I would have been did that. So it's, like I said, it's really a lot of college stuff that I really had to change up. Hey, Randy, how's everything going? It's just, like I said, I learned things over time. And when I was doing all that, it's like I was not really using that thing called common sense. So, like I said, I'm not beating up my college life. I'm not beating up my college life whatsoever. I just think that when things are really, how could I put it? I just wish I would have did things a whole lot different. But like I said, I looked at that part two different ways. Either I was going to go down south. If I would have got accepted down south, it would have been way different. If I've made changes in college up here, way different. But either way it goes, like I'm not beating myself up because I'm grateful that I got my degree. So that's the biggest accomplishment I had at that point. Because I know years later, I'm inside the biggest thing that I've accomplished. What was my biggest regret? Ooh, had a lot of those. My biggest regret, if I played my cards right, I probably would have been married right now. That's how I look at it. Not gonna go into detail on that. It's just that's one regret I would say that I was, I felt bad. To this day, I wish I played my cards right in that area. But other than that, like I can't dwell on the past. So that, even a lot of things in college, I regretted. And I wish I would have played my cards right there too. So it's a lot. It's a lot of deep stuff that I regret over time. And I'm drawing closer and closer to God right now. So it's like I can't keep going back to, my regret in that scenario. So I'm very grateful that, God has pulled me out of a lot of things and he's showing me a brand new way of looking at life right now. So I'm very grateful for that. So yeah, it's a lot. And right now, even to this day, like even thinking about my father, it's like sometimes I wish I did a lot of things different when he was around. Cause it's like I feel like I accomplished a lot after he passed, and it's like I wish he was here to see it. So that kind of gets to me, cause especially me getting this house, cause it'll be 3 years since I got this house, and I just wish that he was around to see it. So it really kind of hurts me to this day that I wish I had that opportunity to say, hey, Dad, look, I finally got the house, man. I really did. I finally got the house that, I've been praying for. Because I even told my father, like, I know I took some pictures with it, and I still have it here because it's a pretty big belt. I told my father I was going to get a championship belt when I get my house. So he asked me, like, why am I doing that? I said, because it showed that I actually accomplished something I've been working on for a long time. So that's one thing I look back at, and I just wish he was here to see it. And I know he's smiling above me in heaven, talking to me every night, saying, I'm proud of you, son. And I'm really, really thankful that he's always with me 24/7. But I know it's in a spiritual form, not in the physical form, but I'm very grateful each and every day that my father's watching over me. Watching over all of us, my sister, my brother, my mom, my nephew. It's just something I just been thinking about, But hey, trying my best not to bring myself down in this live right now. So yeah, but like I said, just thinking back, going back in time to redo some things. Yeah, a lot of it is really more college related than anything else. Now, me, after I graduated from college, dealing with working for Chrysler, I don't know how I would feel if I would have worked in the plant at that time, because my main focus was trying to get a job within my field at that point. And sometimes I still think that I could still do it, and I should. But I've been in this plant for 15 years, going on 16 in May. So it's hard to really break that habit. Impossible? Absolutely not. But it's hard to break it. I'm just, it's just something I just sit down and think about. That's why I started my own business. Because at least in that situation, I could say that I enjoy everything that I've done. Whether it's the graphic design work, whether it's photography, whether it's t-shirts. I can do it all. And now that I'm doing this, now I'm done with this rebrand and trying to really push that and trying to bring that to the level that I had my other business. I'm doing podcasting, and my podcast is still being worked on. And I kept pushing it back, and it's like I should just try to start this as soon as possible. But I'm giving myself to summertime to get the ball rolling for real. Had a few setbacks earlier this year, but hey, everything's not going to happen according to plan. But I'm trying to push the summer. Summertime, I'm trying my best to push the summer for that. So I'm working at it. And also, I wish I would have started my business a long time ago. Like, even after I graduated from college. But at that point, I was not even thinking, not even one time thinking about owning my own business. But if I had a time machine, I probably would have did it. But I know things would have been different now because, like I said, back in college, communication technology was a little bit of everything. Like, building websites, I knew all the coding. Because that's where, even when I made a video on TikTok. And I might have put it on, I think I put it on here also, about being on Black Planet. And I know Black Planet was the first social media site that I actually joined. But Black Planet was something special to me because I knew the coding. I knew how to do the backgrounds. I knew how to change everything on a Black Planet page. Add music, add this, add that. I knew all that. But coding is I want to say it's fading, because it's probably a lot of areas that is fading. It's fading because everything is drag and drop. Just drag it, put it on the other side, it's on your website. It's like the coding really don't exist no more. And I miss that. I'm not going to lie. Although my freshman year of college, it didn't get on my nerves. I mean, got on my nerves, I ain't gonna lie. Got on my nerves a little bit back then. But at the same time, everyone kept coming to my room. Can you add this to my page? Can you add that to my page? Oh, that goes for MySpace also. I'm not going to leave MySpace out this scenario too. But Black Planet was where it all started. So, yeah, it was pretty rough trying to, make everybody page look good. Add this song, add that song. Ooh, I like this background. Can you change the background? I heard that quite a bit. So, yeah, it's like doing that, and now everything is just drag and drop. And it's like I said, all the stuff that I've learned in college, some of it is pretty much self-explanatory now. Like, you can just easily do it. So, but again, I'm very grateful that I had actually had the time to learn all those things. And I'm still using graphic design to this day, although a lot of that's starting to change with AI. But I've still learned the old school way of building the certain things on my computer or even on my iPad. So like I said, I'm very grateful for everything that I've learned back in college. So that's one thing I would not change. I just, again, as I mentioned earlier, I just wish I would have did it earlier instead of later after my mistakes. Because like I said, even in college, I made mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. And I own up to it right now. So if I had a time machine, as soon as I got up there, I should have went to communication technology right then and there. So I even keep up with one of my old teachers on here right now on Facebook, Paul Majeski. Shout out to him. He taught me so much in this in the world of communication technology. And I've had so many classes with him. One of my favorite teachers. So shout out to him. I appreciate everything that he had taught me. So yeah, if I had a chance to go back in time, I would have changed a lot of things. Like I said, from when I picked my major, I still would have worked on campus. Not gonna lie, I just think that I don't think Taco Bell would have been my first choice. But I'm grateful that I still work there because I met some amazing, amazing, amazing people, and I worked with a lot of them. It was in a student center, so it's like I got to see everybody. So I don't regret that. I just think that if I had the chance to pick something, I would have picked something beyond a fast food place. But again, I'm very grateful for that. And like I said, with my love life, I probably would have changed a lot of things back then too. Because if I would have played my cards right, I probably would have been married by now. But that's a different conversation for another time. But other than that, everything else I would say would be pretty smooth. I just really think that when it comes to my life, I just really sit down and think about it every day. Like, what if I did things different? What if I did a little bit of everything different? So I'm very grateful for all that I've learned. And it's like, as time goes on, God has my back. So with that being said, if you had a time machine to go back in time, what would you like? Would you go back to you was 18 and do it all over again? Would you do anything different? I asked that question because I would change some things. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, if I go back to 18, I would just want to relive it. No, I would change a lot of things. But like I said, ain't no such thing as time machines. You can't go back. Time goes forward. I'm learning my lessons right now. And like I said, I'm very grateful for the lessons that God has taught me. I'm very grateful as, things that's getting better for me. Yes, God has better. I totally agree with that. So I'm very grateful for all the lessons, all the mistakes. Yes, I'm thankful for the mistakes because a lot of times you learn from your mistakes. So I'm very grateful. very honored to make it this far at 41 years old. Yeah, I thank God every morning for the day. I thank God every morning for what he has in store for me. So I appreciate everyone that tuned in on this live. About to get myself prepared for work in the morning because I got to go in. I feel like my weekend feel like it's like an hour long. But when I'm at work doing 8-9 hours, it feel like 185 days in one day. But other than that, I'm about to turn in. I'm going to say a quick prayer. And I want everybody to just stay blessed and always keep God first and put a smile on your face. I'm trying my best each and every day to smile and keep pushing forward. So if I could do it, I know you can too. So I'm going to end with a quick prayer. Hope everybody tuned in and just pray with me now. Kind Father, I come to you this evening thanking you for allowing me to make it through this day, make it through this evening. Bless everyone throughout this time period, Lord. Lord, just be with each and every one of them in a special way. Touch those who need you, Lord. Continue to be by their side through thick and thin. Always stand by everybody's side, no matter what the scenario is, because I know you are a loving God. You are a healing God. Give everybody blessings throughout this time period. Let them know you are always with them. You are always the loving God that you always have and always will be 24/7. Bless us all throughout the rest of this day, evening, and bless us all to the next week that's coming up. And we all going to give you the praise, honor, and glory as we always do. I love you, Lord, and I want to say thank you for all your many blessings that you place not into my life, but to everyone else's life. I love you, and I want to say thank you again. It is in your name I do pray. Amen. All right, y'all. Hope everybody have a wonderful evening. Stay blessed. Keep God first, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later.